Mr. Potato Head is without his left eye portraying one-eyed Bart, but when it switches to the mother's camera's view, he has both eyes. Throughout the movie, Mrs. Potato Head is missing her right eye and complains that it was left somewhere dark and dusty. But later in the movie, Mr. Potato Head's eyes move by themselves, so Mrs. Potato Head should have been able to maneuver her eye out of the dark. The Postnet barcode on the State University envelope, which by the way is addressed to a Pixar office, it's not validly formatted. The Humble Beginnings, dated November 17, 2009, was actually on a Tuesday, not on a Saturday. The bottom dresser drawer is left open, but later we see it closed. There are 3 garbage bags by the curb, but then the garbage man picks up only 2 bags. It's possible that the toys took the 3rd garbage bag with them when they escaped, but we never see it. From Woody's point of view, it looks like there are still 3 trash bags at the curb. If that's the case, then the other toys would not have been able to sneak out without Woody seeing them. With those holes, trash would have spilled all over the place when the garbage man picked them up. You know, it's easier to carry boxes if you use the handles. That's what they're there for, and not for toys to peek out.
We can have a whole new life here, Woody. A chance to make kids happy again. Why don't you?
If the whole toy mantra is to make kids happy, then so what if they play a little rougher with the toys? What the toys really mean is that they only want to be played with a certain way. These toys think they are better than other toys. There, I said it. The no running sign disappears. Janitor stops cart in front of the stall, but when he cuts over to where Woody sneaks into the stall, the cart has now moved to only blocking half of the stall door. Some internet sites commented that the clock moves from 3 o'clock to 1 o'clock, but that is incorrect. The clock is first at 12:15 and not 3 o'clock. Buzz walks out of the room to the vending machine, but there are no trucks patrolling the hallways, and the monkey does not sound the alarm. However, when Woody comes back later, he finds out that those security measures operate every single night.
Those Caterpillar kids need someone to play with.
But my friends don't belong there.
Oh,
Mr. Potato Head is for ages 2 and older. Buzz, Rex, and probably all the other toys are for ages 3 and older. So it seems like the toys are in the right playroom.
Out of the way! Get away!
It's not like your eye can talk, Mrs. Potato Head. How did they open the door? They just pushed it without turning the handle. Ninja Buzz, who appears out of nowhere. Woody lost his hat outside the daycare center, so it will be unlikely that the toys would have found it.
replaced us. Come on.
No, she only replaced you.
She replaced all of us.
Chuckles saw that Daisy only replaced Lotso, so he shouldn't have followed Lotso. The word Andy on Jesse's boot changes positions. The A is on the inner side of the boot, and then it switches to the outer part of her boot. Again, these guys burst into the room, but it doesn't show how they open the door. Whoever runs this daycare does an awful job at controlling the kids. The toys never let people know they are alive, but several escape attempts, patrols by the Lotso's gang, and other things are recorded by the security cameras at the daycare center. Maybe the toys know how to turn the recording or alter the footage, you decide. When Mr. Potato Head has a tortilla for a body, he has his eyebrows with him, but his eyebrows aren't detachable. There's no hole in his body for them to plug into, and they're not connected to his eyes. When Buzz thought he was the real Buzz Lightyear in the original Toy Story, he always pressed the red button on the right side of his chest to call for Star Command. Here, he pressed his wrist communicator. 2 screws fall on the ground, but once Ham starts reading from the instruction manual, one of the screws that landed next to him disappears. When Barbie removes the screws from Buzz's back and they reset him, they never reinstall the screws, but his cover stays closed. When the toys escape from the daycare, the paint on their bodies change. For example, the paint on Ham's nose is gone. Mr. Potato Head's body is missing the hole for his mouth. Buzz was standing in front of the fence, but parts of the fence are animated in front of him in this scene. The trash is too low and the dumpster is too high. It doesn't look like Lotso would have been able to reach out to open the lid and pull Woody in. It looked like the gap between the dumpster lids would be too small for anything to be stuck in between them. Slinky Dog is pulled to the ceiling by magnets, but on the other side of the grinder the toys release the metal objects and fall down to the conveyor belt, and Slinky is there with them, and the magnet doesn't seem to affect him anymore.
Barbie, come with me. Live in my dream house. I know it's crazy. I know we just met. Ah, heck, you don't know me from G.I. Joe.
I mean, it's crazy.
What?
We finish each other's
Sandwiches.
This isn't a family, it's a prison. You're a liar and a bully, and I'd rather rot in this dumpster than join any family of yours.
Jesse's right.
Supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses, not from some
farcical aquatic ceremony.
Evil Dr. Porkchop!